the second level, is I call revocable land trust. Okay, again, it's a grantor contract with the trustee, with also us. We are the grantor, we are the trustee, and we are the beneficiary of the trust. Let's say three parties, the same persons, right? And we have a house, right? And we can convey this house with one deed inside this land trust to hold the legal title of the house inside the land trust, right? Now, in this land trust, it's a little bit different from family living trust because the trustee only had basic power, sorry, right? In the trust documents specify the beneficiary, the one who has all the director powers. So it's a little bit different. The way the contract is written in the land trust allow the beneficiary has all the powers, different from family living trust where the trustee has all the power. But in this case, the trustee only has basic powers, but the main power is the beneficiary. That's the difference between the revocable land trust and family land trust. Another difference is revocable land trust only hold real real estate property là house or land thôi, chứ không phải hold account gì hết đó nhé. Không phải. So what is it? The revocable land trust nó là một cái legal entity that takes cái ownership của cái a piece of property at the request of the property's owner. Right? So that's what. Again, revocable land trust by itself has no asset protections because it is revocable. The same principle with the family living trust, but here the work is by itself, right? It has no asset protection. So what is the point, right? Therefore, we have to incorporate the land trust with an LLC structure to have an asset protection. That's the point of having the land trust, but land trust have to be created together with an LLC to have asset protection. So how does that work? Okay. So here the land trust, right? We have a grantor, we are the grantor, we are the trustee, we are also initial beneficiary. We convey the house inside the land trust. So each land trust hold title of one house. We have 10 houses, we have 10 land trusts. Each land trust hold one house. And we have 100 houses, have 100 land trusts. Each land trust hold one house. We don't want one land trust hold, many houses, because the land trust can be recorded at the county as a trust. For instance, right now our house is named like the title at the county is like Vinh Nguyen, and his wife is a co-owner of the house, right? So now we're gonna convey to the house. Now that house in the deed gonna say 123 Main Street Trust as an owner of that house. But behind it, the grantor vẫn là anh Vinh Nguyễn, trustee vẫn là anh Vinh Nguyễn, beneficiary vẫn là anh Vinh Nguyễn và vợ ảnh, vậy đó. Right? But we convey in there in the county, say the land trust 123 Main Street Trust is a title holder of the land trust. By itself has no asset protection, right? Therefore, we're going to have to create an LLC separately. In that LLC, the member of LLC is our family living trust. Remember, we had a family living trust set up already, right? So when we create an LLC, the best one is to create an LLC in Wyoming state because they have a very strong asset protection. All right. So how does it work between these two? Remember, in the land trust, who has the manpower? The beneficiary has the manpower, right? But initially, the beneficiary is us, is the grantor, Anvin, right? But once we create it, when we record it at the county, when we set up a separate LLC in Wyoming with our family living trust as a member, then we do one important step. It's called, we assign the beneficial interest from the land trust to the LLC. Now, this assignment of beneficial interest is a private document. Only us know it, or only we know it. We keep it in a private document. It shows that from now on, the beneficial interest of the land trust is no longer ourselves, but it is an LLC in Wyoming, right? And because an LLC holds the beneficial interest, therefore an asset protection is created, right? Does it make sense? So if we have 10 land trusts, potentially we can have 10 different Wyoming LLC, but there's a special way to do it. We only need one Wyoming LLC that can hold beneficial interest of all 10 land trusts, but that's more detail. I just want the concept clear first for everyone to understand. Any question about the land trust and LLC?
What does LLC stand for?
Sorry, it's a limiting liability company. It's
Corporation.
an entity that's it's a legal entity that registered at the state, and the Wyoming had an LLC. The Wyoming state had the best asset protection law for the LLC. That's why we form it in the LLC, in the Wyoming LLC. And it's not, it's very simple to do it if we know how to do it. It's not expensive at all. So
And who
other question?
Nếu bây giờ thử mình muốn làm ở Wyoming, register Wyoming thì ai sẽ là cái người giúp mình làm mấy cái chuyện đó, hay là có một cái package gì đó mà họ handle hết?
Yeah. Ok. Tất cả những cái trust mà em trình bày hôm nay á, thì claimant đều có thể làm cho mọi người được nếu mà muốn nha. Có đầy đủ document, có cách làm, chỉ dẫn cách làm hết, không sao hết nếu mà muốn. Mà tại cái mục đích của hôm nay là em muốn trình bày cái concept behind thôi, để hiểu thôi nha. Còn muốn vô detail, muốn làm như thế nào thì muốn có thể sẽ liên lạc với em, thì em có thể giúp cho nếu muốn nha. Nó không có khó nha. But I want to em muốn trình bày để hiểu cái principle behind concept, tại sao nó như vậy nha.
Anh nói là cái asset protection, in what way is it protecting, là in a way that seal là không own cái đó nữa, rồi cái LLC là cái company, so it's protecting, okay, but does that mean you don't have to pay tax, or you still everything apply?
All right. So when we talk about asset protection, let's get back up. All right. So let's just give example, okay? Bây giờ mình có một cái rental house, mình có nhà rental, okay? Mình cho tenant rent, okay? Thì nó có cái risk, nó có hai loại risk, một cái gọi là inside risk, một cái outside risk. Okay? Inside risk là sao? Inside risk là cái tenant đó có chuyện gì nó sẽ sue mình, nó sẽ sue cái chủ nhà hoặc là sue cái landlord, nó gọi là inside risk nhé. Sue cho như vậy. Thì nếu mà cái asset đó belong to mình in person á, thì khi ra tòa án gì đó, có xử gì đó, mình thua kiện đi, thì thứ nhất là nó sẽ lấy những cái equity, cái tiền trong cái nhà đó, và nếu mà không đủ nữa, nó sẽ lấy những cái tài sản riêng của mình luôn, tại vì nó sue mình, cái nhà đó belong to mình. Right? That's the inside risk. It's cái lawsuit from cái tenant in particular property, cái asset đó. Right? That's one type of inside risk. Now, outside risk, ví dụ như mình lái xe, mình tông xe, mình làm bị thương người nọ, hoặc là bị chết người, hoặc là con mình lái xe tông xe bị chết cái người đó, gia đình người ta sue cái con mình, sue mình, đúng không? Đâu dính dáng gì cái nhà đâu, đúng không? Nhưng mà vì cái nhà đó belong to mình, cái personal name, thì cái sue mình, thì khi mà mình bị thua kiện đó, thì mình sẽ những cái tài sản mình giữ, tiền bạc đồ đó, đều phải dùng để trả cái sự kiện đó. Và người ta có thể lấy luôn những cái tài sản trong cái equity của cái nhà đó luôn, tại cái nhà đó vẫn là một trong những cái tài sản giống như một cái bank account, giống y chang vậy thôi đó. That's the outside risk. Okay? So there are two different inside risk and outside risk. Now, if we have an asset protection strategy để protect it, thì như thế nào? Ví dụ như cái nhà đó mình bỏ nằm trong một cái LLC, okay? By itself, isolation. Now, special Wyoming LLC. Let's talk about inside risk. Nếu mà tenant nó sue cái chủ nhà, sue cái landlord, là ai? Là cái LLC. Thì mà có thua kiện gì đó, that's all, có thể lấy được cái tài sản, cái equity của cái nhà thôi. It cannot break outside the LLC, lấy tài sản riêng của person mình ở ngoài. That's inside risk, that's asset protection. It cannot break outside, lấy tài sản của nhà thứ hai. Nhà thứ hai ở a different structure. Okay? That's the inside risk protection, asset protection. All we lose is the equity của cái nhà đó thôi. Right? Potentially. That's inside risk. Now, outside risk, nếu mà con mình bị sue, thì nó chỉ lấy được những cái gì mà mình không có own thôi, mình own thôi, tức là tiền bạc nhà bạn mình thôi. Còn cái nhà này nằm trong cái LLC, nó không có break through cái LLC để lấy cái tài sản đó để satisfy cái judgment. That's asset protection. Has nothing to do with the tax. Right?
Cảm ơn anh.
Hiểu rõ đúng không? So this is one way to protect our house. Is one way to protect our real estate, our rental portfolios. We need to do the land trust with the LLC. Right? All right. So we talk about family living trust. We talk about land trust with LLC. Right? Here's a problem. Right? So there are many problems with most trusts. Right? What are the problems? Almost 99% of the trusts are simple trusts. They are set up a living trust, they are set up a grantor trust, they are set up a revocable trust. What it means, it requires a trust to distribute the income and assets eventually, right? Either during the lifetime or when one person died, right? That's the problems. They are called revocable grantor trust. It's revocable, and the grantor, the one who created the trust, that's why it's called revocable grantor trust, right? Because of this, nó exclude mấy cái trust này from cái benefits của một cái gọi là complex trust tax code, right? Thành thử những cái trust này by itself has no asset protection, so subject to the income tax, lawsuit, liens, levies, divorce, turnover order from the judge, or any charging order. Has no asset protection besides the component with the LLC. That's different. You know, we talk about trust by itself, right? So majority trust has this kind of problem. Right? It has no essential, no asset protection by itself, right? But we talk about family living trust. It's a revocable grantor trust because the grantor created, grantor still have the control. It's a revocable. It's a revocable grantor trust. The same thing in a revocable land trust, grantor created, trustee, beneficiary is still revocable grantor trust. That's why it has many of those problems.